you accept? Neo-Lamarckian,
in nature.
Neo-Lamarckian evolution?
Oh, I don't know much about the types of evolution, but as you see, the nature is always changing, even the weather and sun in the world and people and everything.
But that's adaptation, that's not evolution.
Many things includes in evolution.
No, that's not evolution, that's adaptation. And you've got allopatric, sympatric, that's adaptation. And we have no issues with adaptation. You can say that when it comes to antibiotics and the likes. However, evolution takes 2 points into consideration, the tree of life and a natural selection. And both of those require evidence to extrapolate that because you're seeing similarities, therefore you hypothesize that one went into the other. That requires a heavy body of evidence, which
So
hasn't
do you
necessarily.
accept evolution as a transforming of everything? Do you accept or not?
Adaptation and evolution, that's what I'm saying. Are you talking about evolution as in the tree of life? Because I don't think we have sufficient evidence for that. It's a working theory. But adaptation, yeah, of course we see this. We see adaptation, like you just mentioned, when it comes to the beauty
So
and
what's your
moths
opinion
and stuff like that.
how we are created?
So my opinion is that evolution and Big Bang are mechanisms. However, God is a creator of mechanisms. I don't think the
So
two
God is
conflict.
creator of everything.
God is a
Nature.
creator, yes.
And who created God?
That question doesn't.
It's the same.
Not necessarily, because God is uncreated. You
It's
only.
like a nature, unbeginning, no end, no creator. Nature is like that.
Which part of nature? Which part?
Philosophers say so.
Which part of nature doesn't have
We
a
live
beginning?
in the nature and universe. No beginning, no end.
No, they don't say
creator. Even for the
I've
God,
studied philosophy.
Hold on a second. Even for the God, the same answer. So it means God is nature, nature is God. You can believe in nature or you can believe in God. It's the same.
Which philosophy says that nature is unlimited and what did you say? Nature is unlimited, and
Yeah.
what was the other thing that you said?
Universe.
And that it's infinite.
Yes.
So which philosopher said this?
But we don't know so many things. We don't know. We know just a little bit. And from here,
Yeah,
we
okay,
don't know.
but which philosopher said this? You said this in philosophy.
I
Which
don't know which
It's a
philosopher.
philosophical approach. Let's put it like that way, string to
No,
say.
but that's what
when
I've
you
studied
say
philosophy.
God-
So which philosophical approach?
I don't know.
He's the philosopher.
But when you say God has created everything, and who created God?
No, but no, but that's
Who the God is? How
that's
does he look
fallacious
like?
reasoning.
It's in our image. We have.
God is
created-
uncreated. We are created. We have a beginning. God doesn't have a beginning. So this is again, you're making a
It's the
category
same like
mistake there.
universe. That's the same.
The universe does have a beginning. You believe in the Big Bang.
Could be.
Then how? Okay. What about cosmic background radiation? What about redshift? These are all evidences in favor of Big Bang, and that's why
It's not really evidence. This is stuff that we believe other people said to us.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
It's
What,
exactly
cosmic
like
background
space.
radiation?
It's exactly like space. We don't understand.
You-
No
yeah.
one here has been
We,
to
we,
space.
we have data with regards to cosmic background radiation. When it comes to redshift, they're observable. You can observe it using the telescope.
Okay, and who's observing it? Because we have to take their word. Because me and you, we didn't observe it.
Well,
You
it's
get what I'm
it's
saying?
pretty much the okay. That's interesting because look, you have a general body of science that agrees and accepts it, and if for example, if you're being a skeptic to the degree that no, I will only accept stuff that I've done myself. Well, that's another discussion that we can have, which is viable, and we can explore that option because that's going into the realm of testimony. Here we're talking about empiricism. So he's talking about evolution, he's talking about the Big Bang. So that's talking on the realms of, for example, you took evolution. Have you checked evolution? Have you done the experiments yourself?
I haven't, but I
Yeah,
have
exactly.
read biology. I have read Darwin.
Evolution is also kind of
a little bit.
questionable, yeah? It's also
but
kind
what
of
is the
questionable.
conclusion here? Let me tell you. My conclusion is we, mankind, have our image. If we created everything in our image. Whatever
you're quoting the Bible.
Hold on a sec. The science have reached that stage. Above that, we have created all in our image. Meleks and God and devil and everything. It's only image. That's it. That's the conclusion. Whether you like to believe, okay, it's fine. It's up to you. Or not to believe, it's again fine. Up to you.
It
So
seems
why
that
should
you have a bit of a biblical bias there.
Why should we hate each other and contradict each other?
No, we're not saying we should hate each other. In fact, the conversation started with the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, exactly, with the loving. And this is also, I've been waiting for
people
these
hate
guys.
because of that.
I've been waiting for these two for almost an hour. I was like a good kid. I let three people talk before me, yeah? Because I'm ready. If at the end of the day I can convince him or him to use their platform to preach love and to explain to the world that everything is a rich man's trick, then I won this date. And this is the best
I
thing
don't think
I've
you've
done
watched
this
my
year.
videos, because that's exactly what I say.
That's exactly what you say.
Yeah, you need to watch more of my videos.
Bless you, man. Seriously.
Yeah, that's why I don't speak against religions per se. I don't speak against collective, for example, beliefs. Because look, somebody will always find solace in Judaism, somebody will always find solace in Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, and the thing is, that's fine. But when you start saying that, okay, now that person doesn't believe in this, therefore I have a right to kill that person, or I have a right to invade this or that, then that becomes an issue.
Yeah, that's why
So,
it gets all ruined.
so that's why we say, and that's why we'll talk about like objective facts. We'll talk about objective things that people can measure. For example, if you were to question me about my scripture, I wouldn't give you a secular argument and tell you, oh, Quran is true because we believe the Quran to be true. I will give you evidences that hopefully will satisfy your curiosity. For example, maybe manuscripts or maybe things that you can kind of get your head around now, or even with regards to hadith or stuff like that. I can satisfy hopefully your curiosity with regards to that. But in terms of forcing and coercing, that's not something that I advocate for. Coercing people to, and I 100% accept and believe what you say in terms of power actually lies in the hands of certain people that are after power and after money. Because of a lack of objective morality, they are now just trying to line their own pockets and continue their own power, and because of that they are not ruling by good principles or godly principles. They are manipulating economies, banks,
Not
and
necessarily.
all of these.
No,
They are
of course they
100%,
are.
Don't blame
100%.
rich
Okay,
people
here,
for
true,
this.
I
true
didn't say
story,
British
true
people.
story, true story. Okay,
I'm not
give me.
rich people, I said.
Haha.
Don't blame rich people for that.
No,
But
because
they are the one that empower,
Not
and they are the
all
one
of
that's
them,
segregating
some of them,
everyone.
it depends on the education they have. You can find rich people who are
It's
very
about their bank
educated,
account,
but even
and
if
very, and very
even
human.
if they lack
donate
the,
money.
even if they lack the education, doesn't mean they're not doing what they're doing.
It depends
there is
on
an
the
issue.
circumstances. Sometimes you have
But
to
they're
do
still
that.
committing the crimes and they need to be
So
held to
don't blame
account.
them.
You have to blame them. You blame you blame by what's apparent.
No,
and if
don't blame them because they.
if somebody, okay, let me give you an example. A person who was raised by wolves, like metaphorically, yeah, his mom and dad went around and people were bullying him and killing. For him to go and stab somebody in the park, is that okay? Are people going to say don't blame him, don't put him in
It
prison?
is not okay.
He is held by his actions.
He is held by his actions.
No, I think it's partly you're all right. I agree with that.
I'll give you an example. Amazon.
not
I'll give you Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. The tax that they pay negligible, less than 1%. An average individual that's working a 9 to 5, a middle class person has to pay like 30%. Bro, they are not designed. The system is not designed to help them own their house, to help them become financially free, to help them become non-dependent upon the state. These are big issues.
100%.
These are fundamental different issues, and we have to, because if you don't lay the blame, then there's no hope for change. If you're constantly making an excuse for such people, they're going to take those excuses and carry on going. It's when you hold them to account, they're like, okay, something needs to change, something needs to be different. So you do have to hold them to account. Indeed, one can be just and give context to maybe why they could be thinking like this. I agree with you, but to give them no consequence whatsoever, I think that's the other extreme also as well. But you're going to say something?
I'm kind of like confused about why you're here.
No, it depends on the person. Even poor people can be very dangerous, you know.
Who?
Poor people or middle class people,
Yeah.
they can be also dangerous.
Of course.
Like rich people.
Yes,
It
yes.
depends on personality.
But poor people don't make the decisions to rule the countries. They don't command the
Because
militaries. They don't
deserve
command
to-
the banks.
They don't deserve
not about
because they have
deserving.
achieved nothing.
Not
If I'm
necessarily.
unemployed, I don't work all the day long and I expect from you to give me something for free.
Mother Teresa
Why you expect
say that she doesn't deserve anything. Malcolm X, you're saying he doesn't deserve anything. Martin
Who?
Luther
Mother
King.
Teresa.
I'm giving you examples of people that were famous that did.
Mother Teresa did not do much. No, She just went there, and then
I think she helped.
She just saved thousands of lives and helped them and increased,
That's like saying that
What did
Schindler
she
didn't do
What
anything
did she
good.
do? Nothing.
saying that people shouldn't kill each other, help give medicine and stuff like that.
All the people around her, they did it. She was just there to kind of, I don't know, say yes or no, or sign the agreement.
Well, I'm not here to advocate for Mother Teresa, that was just an example.
But why do you take
What about Malcolm X?
no, why don't we take examples from Western countries? You see the
Why?
way they live.
Why Western countries?
I live in the Balkan area, and we also fight each other, and we spend, instead of talking like we are talking now, we can
What's
go
good
and-
about the West?
Hold on. We can go and collect rubbish or plant something or vegetables to eat. Now, all the day long over there, where I live, they just fight. They know how to fight, discuss, and give the solution for the whole world. At the end of the day, they live in poverty. Have no That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why don't we take examples from England here, the way they do things?
What do they do over here that you think we should take examples
Everything
from?
is positive here.
Everything is LGBT is positive.
It is.
Gambling is positive.
It is.
Alcohol is positive.
Makes sense.
Throwing your parents into old people's home is positive.
It
Come
is
on.
positive. It
Come
is.
on.
Okay, so here the LGB is a great example, right? I'm not gay, but I think it's okay that you can have sex with whatever you want, except animals and kids and everything. You know?
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
You can have sex with anything that's over 18 and that's a human being. It doesn't
Why
matter
18
about the
though?
gender. Why 18?
Yes.
Honestly, don't ask me if. I think it should be
You
over
picked
21.
18.
I think it should be, because that's like what the norm of society says. But I think it has to be after 21.
What if
24.
certain norms of society say less than that? Would you be willing to change your number?
No, and I'll tell you why, because of my own personal experience. I know how stupid I was when I was 16, how much I did not think, how testosterone, when it first hits you, you don't control it. You remember yourself as a kid? I was angry. I couldn't control my testosterone. It took me years to understand how to control the thing, right? So on the LGB thing, it's like...
Surely that's predicated upon the society that you're in, based upon your upbringing, what you're taught, and the way you're taught it. But if you're in a society that it's different, that you can mature quicker, what would you advocate then? Would you advocate for a smaller age? So then, isn't that like, if you are to embrace concepts or principles of love and understanding, then you have to put yourself and empathize in certain societies and certain positions. For example, what if you were born in an Amazon rainforest, Amazon jungle, in which they don't have a concept of childhood, and in which the children are expected to mature quicker, and their way of tarbiyah, their upbringing is completely different. So would you then still enforce your 18 rule upon them? I don't think that would be fair. Seeing as there's no...
It depends if you want to bring them into the modern way of thinking.
Why is the modern way of thinking the standard?
Right now, because we're modernized. We're wearing suits.
But they're not
We're
modernized.
mic'd up. Huh?
But they're not modernized.
And that's why they don't live in the modern society. They live
Yeah,
in the
but
rainforest.
that's the thing.
They
They
live far away from us.
yeah, and no, but it could be that we're far away from them,
Oh, yeah, that's
and we're not traditional. So if we go there, then we have to embrace their ways. Do you see?
Yeah.
But when we're saying that no,
There would still
18.
be something programmed inside of me that would like I wouldn't allow
Talk
myself.
about love. You need to love yourself.
You know, this is my
You're
biggest
killing
shit.
yourself.
This is my you're
Oh.
completely
Come.
right about that. Hey, my man. You
Sorry,
are
sorry.
You are completely right about that.
Yeah.
This is the most
Allah
stupidest
says
thing that I can
don't
do.
let your own hands cause your own destruction.
So
You're completely right.
Where we at?
yeah. So the other individual came.
Who's that?
So he finished his discussion, and then now we're saying that okay, he wanted to start with LGBT. We spoke about God, and then the person came and then took him off track. So what he says about God is he doesn't know. He doesn't know. And then we jumped onto LGBT after what he was saying, and he's saying that look, love is love. You should be able to do what you want. Then there was a slight pause, and then he said, but you can't have sex with kids. You can't have sex with animals. And then he said over 18. Then he said over 18. And then I said, no, with anyone. Yeah, as long as they're over 18. And then I said, why 18? What if Amazon rainforest they have a lower age because they mature quicker? And then he was saying no.
What about incest?
Well, that's where we start.
What about incest?
What about, like, for example, a brother
If you're
and sister?
if you're 18 and you're using condoms, and then you insert into the anal passages of your own brother.
That was
Okay, that's
description.
wicked.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
wicked.
that was quite descriptive. Okay.
Completely.
Not nice. Yes. Is that okay? Is that love? Okay.
No, because I also don't believe that sex is love. I think that sex
Okay,
is
No, but should they be allowed to do that?
No
Is
problem.
that
This is how we
That's not
meet.
love. Intimacy. That intimacy there.
So for me, intimacy, honesty, can also be just spending. I can be intimate with my brothers in a non-sexual way.
Okay, this one is a sexual. Do you agree with this form of sexual love or whatever you call it?
I want to say no.
Why could you say no? On what ground, on what morality are you saying no to it? Because now you're limiting it. And now you're saying love is love, and now you're saying no to certain conditions. It's like you're saying you didn't read the dotted line.
Because it's
What my bank does to me every time.
Because it's about sex, and sex is, in my opinion, just pleasure. It's pleasure in procreating.
Yeah, so. You don't need to procreate. Don't need to procreate.
And if you're talking about a principle that you're gonna dish out to other people, then surely, yeah, it has to be something that's consistent. You can't say me,
You're gonna
according
pass
to
the smoke.
me.
You're gonna smoke with me now. You're gonna kill us. Now you don't love
You're
yourself,
waiting
you don't love
three
yourself.
hours.
He doesn't love us as well. No, but you're
So what do you
sincere.
think?
I think you need the Quran. Have you read the Quran before?
No, but I have one. He gave me that dude from Jordan. He gave me a Quran.
Okay. Well, that's good. I think that was, yeah. I mean, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, the real thing is like,
You going?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to go as well. It's been a
if
pleasure.
you have the time on YouTube, please watch a video called "Everything Is a Rich Man's Trick." It's 3.5 hours.
Wow.
It's a
Every
big
man
mind
is a rich
fuck.
man's trick.
Everything is a rich man's trick. Okay, it might help your thing. And thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Come on, let's bounce.
Dishan, wait for me. Dishan, did you send the invoice?
Yeah, time ago. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking about something.
Yeah, go on. Talk to me.
So here's the thing, because I was analyzing.